Okay, this is going to be kind of a test thing that I'm going to try out. I don't have any slide decks. I don't have any fancy drawings. This is just going to be a conversation about DevOps and I think maybe a little Stoicism, like how to apply, how to merge those two worlds. So I'm going off of a book that I'm reading called Crucial Conversations. Really great, good book about shared meaning and one of the things that this book points out in chapter one is they studied successful businesses and they found that the most successful people have conversations. So let's have a conversation. um, I'm a big fan of Stoicism, especially in today's world of intense feelings. Uh, a lot of people think Stoicism is just not feeling stuff, and it's more like understanding your biases and understanding how you think. Uh, so I'm a little surprised that people don't pick up Stoicism a little bit more, especially uh, with talking about diversity and inclusion. Um, I read my daily Stoicism the other day, and it talked about being disciplined with your mind and understanding where your biases and your heuristics are coming from. So biases are basically the emotional version of a heuristic, and a heuristic is a mathematical term to uh, classify things. So if you start breaking that down, like how are you classifying things? How are you classifying people and behaviors and things? And so being aware of those things and being aware of how you're classifying things and what your goals really are. And so if you're having a conversation with somebody and you're really trying to get your way, like, are you really trying to get your way? Are you trying to have a conversation with this person? Are you really trying to move the company forward, or are you just trying to get your way because that's what you want? So being aware of what you want, being aware of how we classify things. One of the things that I often go to is thinking about how software works, and this was pointed out in one of the keynotes by Werner Vogels at one of the AWS reInvents one year. And this is how Lambda was announced. So Lambda sits in the middle, and then you have input and output. So most applications that we deal with, you take input, you do something, you get output. So AWS Lambda was just the interstitial in there. But I always thought that three-piece thing, that the visual of the three-piece thing was really great. And it does apply to how we think about stuff. So if you're having a conversation with a coworker, they're giving you input in the form of conversation. You are performing your business logic based on everything that's in your head, all of your experience and your knowledge and where you're at today and what you had for breakfast. Like all of this is kind of interplaying, and the outcome is what you say in that conversation. So I'm having a conversation, or a better example is I often watch people in meetings, all Zoom meetings these days. They will, a person in this group will be trying very hard to make perfect be the enemy of good. So they'll be um, trying to express themselves and want to get to a perfect state. And as much as I would love to make everything perfect, it's not always accomplishable. Not always something we can do, especially in the DevOps world. I would love to just burn everything down and start over, but that's not a very good thing to do. Working within the system, trying to get things working is much more attainable. So we do the best we can with what we have. So when I think about these conversations, I try to remember, like, people are giving me input, I'm reacting to these things, right? And the outcome or the output is my choice. So if I choose to say, shut up, you're doing it wrong, that's not going to give me, I mean, it's certainly my choice. If I want to react to the way I'm feeling and just say, you're a stupid idiot or whatever, doesn't help them, doesn't help me, doesn't help the conversation. And it's all ultimately my choice. So to be very aware of the business logic happening up top. So how does this apply to DevOps? Like I specialize in DevOps and SRE stuff. And so I see a lot of stuff on YouTube and things about what DevOps is, and very good descriptions of developers and operations kind of coming together to automate things. And I love that. Most of the descriptions that I've watched kind of miss on having the conversation piece. And I think that's just as important as automating things with whatever tool you choose. I'm a big fan of Chef because I love Ruby. Doing a lot with Ansible these days. So I guess this was just a short video to help people, hopefully help people, remember to have the conversations. And I think this applies to everything, DevOps and Dev and Ops and everything in between, management. So if you can't have the conversations, things aren't going to go well. So that's your, I guess, 5 minutes of ranty rant. Whatever you do, if you do good at conversations, I think things will get better. So I was going to write this up in a blog post, but I just think having a conversation like this is a little bit better. You can see my face and my beard and my awesome glasses. And okay, so anyway, Stoicism and DevOps. I might start a series and see how that goes. But there you go.